Who's to blame? Who's to say that's the correct one, that's the right one? If it's working in your company, it's working in your company. What's the problem? Oh, I cannot believe I'm going to be doing this video. So guys, mistakes of a Scrum Master. Now I've got some real admissions down this line, so this is going to be a late night talk show today. This is a difficult area because it's happening everywhere and you're seeing it happen everywhere, and a lot of people are falling victim to it, and they're having difficulty just kind of recovering from it. So I have many stories whereby I have actually struggled being a Scrum Master, like comprehensively. I've got no problem admitting that. It's just you've got to learn from it. But the vast majority of people are not learning from their mistakes as being a Scrum Master. That is a fact, unfortunately. And we've got this fantastic article here by agilescrum.com, and it's called The 10 Most Common Mistakes of a Scrum Master. I've been reading this. It was written in 2019, but actually it's still very applicable to this day and age. So, being a team assistant... Here, would you like some water? Let's solve a problem. Let's remove that impediment that you're facing. Really? This is what I'm saying in all my videos. This is what I've been bragging on about from all my videos, that these are old school thinking. This is old school, man. This is outdated. This is stuff which is it was donkeys of years ago. It's not applicable anymore. The game has changed. The game has completely changed. A common mistake is a lot of people fall into this trap whereby they start to become very helpful servant leadership, and they go overboard, and then you end up becoming a facilitator, a team assistant, rather than being a good facilitator, coach, and you're someone that's meant to be delivering value with a product or service, but instead you're doing a whole bunch of other things, right? So this is what's happening in the background. So how can you avoid this? Number one, focus on the product, focus on value delivery. Stop trying to be the nanny of the team, because nobody wants it. Share the Scrum Master role with another role. Such Scrum Masters have usually lack of there you go. Such Scrum Masters usually have a lack of focus. I actually have to agree with that. Most Scrum Masters do have a lack of focus. They don't spend enough time observing, finding better ways for the team to become great, and are happy done when the role, when everything is okay. I suppose so, because guys, the Scrum Master role isn't exactly... it's a difficult role to measure, to be honest. And I've seen in some situations whereby metrics and KPIs are put on the Scrum Master. Sometimes velocity is put on the Scrum Master to measure the performance of if they're hitting a KPI or a metric, and it can be very very daunting and very difficult. So yeah, be careful of it. Team only focus. Speaking about Scrum Master way concept, many Scrum Masters believe that their only role is to support the development team to be great. Yes, but also look at the other team. I mean, this is fine, but in the young type of Scrum Master, it's like a kindergarten. I suppose so. Technical expert, managing meetings, don't believe in Scrum. That is a problem. That is a big problem. A lot of Scrum Masters who are in this game in this day and age actually don't believe in it themselves. This is the sad reality. It's like they're not practicing what they preach. But can you really blame? Actually, write in the comments if you have met someone or you're in a similar boat as this, that you don't actually believe in so much of the Scrum. It's more of the camaraderie that you get associated with it. Write in the comments if you're feeling that, if you're seeing examples of that in the industry, whereby there's a less of a belief in Scrum, but more of a belief in the camaraderie that you get as a team, the feeling of group work. groupthink, these kinds of things. So write in the comments if you're seeing that, because this is one thing that I have observed over many different situations whereby people would openly admit this. And then I think the next one is actually very telltale: apply fake Scrum, which is another problem. Many people think they're doing actually, nobody knows what version of Agile is. Nobody knows how to apply Agile. Nobody knows actually how to be a good Scrum Master. Nobody knows what the real Scrum version is. It's all different flavors, all different varieties, and it's all just a mishmash of everything. Any company that you go to, anyone you speak to, everyone's got their own goddamn version of Scrum. So because everyone's got their own goddamn version of Scrum, it's extremely difficult to really pinpoint, this is the correct way, or is this the correct way? They're all the correct way in their own perspectives. Who's to blame? Who's to say that's the correct one, that's the right one? If it's working in your company, it's working in your company. What's the problem? There's no problem. So this is where we need to get to. We need to get to a point whereby we're open and confident. We're actually open to admit that we're not applying Scrum. We're not applying Agile. We're just basically applying a version of it. It's okay to admit that. I've admitted it over the years. That it's just a certain company's flavor of agility that we're applying. It's not what you'd read in the books, not what you'd expect it to be, but it's just a different flavor of it. Waiting for someone else to start the change. I think this is all about confidence. It doesn't matter if it's a transformation, if it's about a requirements change, whatever it is. I think it really comes down to the individual, that the individuals should be competent and confident and capable enough to actually do it themselves. If you're waiting for people to initiate the change, you're really looking at there's a problem deeper down within your character that needs to get solved, in my opinion. And Scrum and Agile expert, yeah, that's a problem. And then you've got these individuals that claim to be, Agile gurus, thought leaders in their space. I don't think you can be a thought leader in this space. I don't think you can be an Agile guru, because there's so many flavors, so many versions. It's difficult to admit which one's which now. And on top of everything, people are actually struggling now more than ever to really catch on. What is it exactly? What are we trying to do? I have had conversations with so many people over the years whereby they don't understand what Scrum is. They are struggling to understand what it is. Even though we try to put it in the most simplest terms, they don't understand. I have just resorted to now saying it's collaboration. That's what I've said. It's just a empowered form of collaboration. What more is it? It's nothing more than that. I mean, what you going to start saying, lecturing them on the Scrum Master, the product owner, and iterations. It's about driving value. Oh, sounds like entrepreneurship. So it's a difficult area to carve out, and I do admit that. So yeah, very good article here. If you want to read it out, check it out. Just a couple of thoughts before I close the video. When I was the Scrum Master many years ago, the most common mistake I kept making was I actually didn't interact with the team enough. That's the truth of it. I used to leave the development team and I didn't actually talk to them enough about the daily problems that they were facing. That was it. If I just spent more time talking to them, finding out their root cause problems, I could have came up with solutions that would have removed the impediments before they even happened. But that was my problem. I wasn't doing that. But you can imagine if I was doing that, how much of a high performance team it would have been. So in reality, yes, it is you. You are responsible for making a team become high performance. And if you're having those frequent discussions with the team and they're really telling you what the problems are, oh guys, it's like you're just trying to find better ways of solving problems. That's it. From all the analysis, from everything I've seen over the years, it's just, can you solve the problems in a better way? The Scrum Master role was there to solve the problem. Then we introduced the Product Owner role to solve a problem. Then we introduced the Product Manager to solve a problem. And now we've introduced an Agile Coach to solve the problem. Then we introduced an Organizational Agile Coach, then an Enterprise Agile Coach, and a Business Agility Coach, and God knows whatever Coach Senior, God knows whatever names we've introduced. Clearly there's a problem here altogether, and the question arises, where have we went wrong? Write in the comments down below what you think that is, and let me know if you're seeing the same trends as I'm seeing, because we are struggling in this. We are struggling in these areas more than ever, and I think the Agile community has lost its ways, if I'm being honest. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.